All right, finally. All right, so we're gonna wait on a few more persons to join. Um, the lighting kind of sucks. I'm gonna rearrange some things. Hold on. Don't mind my little lammy whammy. Um, yeah, hold on a moment. Okay. All right. I don't know why it's so dark. It's like really dark. Um, I didn't want to use my I didn't want to use my iPhone, but I may have to. I may have to. All right, guys. So I'm just waiting on a few more persons to come on. All right, just sending a brief message. One moment, and I'm gonna see if I can adjust this lighting. All right, so just give me one moment, guys. All right, guys, and remember that you can send me your messages. Give me a moment. I'm not sure why this is so dark. All right, so give me one moment, guys. I'm gonna see if I can just adjust the lighting. One moment. This is a little bit better, right? I think so. All right, no. All right, so let's move this again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, so let's get started. Let's get started. All right, guys. So, hello. Welcome to my first live. I'm very, very sorry for the poor visual. I did not expect it to be this dark. I'm not sure why it is, but nevertheless, it's the information that is important. So for those of you who may not know, my name is Trishana Jackson. Little brief biography about me. I am a published author, I'm a banker, and I'm a Christian. All right, so I decided to do a live today because it is Valentine's Day today, and we all know that Valentine's Day comes with some sort of pressure to indulge or partake in some things that, I'm sorry, are not necessarily godly. So I thought that, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, I would do a live with you to discuss really my journey from being a single Christian woman to becoming engaged. I'm engaged. All right. So how did this start? I became a Christian in 2016, January 2016. To be honest, I didn't plan on being a Christian, but it wasn't a decision I made consciously at first. I was looking for something, and just little by little, God just kind of, if you see me looking down, I'm just checking my phone. Um, God just kind of wooed me, I didn't sign up for this Christian thing because I actually swore that I'd never be a Christian again. I was a Christian in my earlier life up until I was about 15 or so, and I rebelled and went out into the world, did what I wanted to do, and nobody could tell me nothing. So I even started to question if God even existed. That's how bad it got. So me being a Christian was never my intention at all. So anyway, fast forward. So of course, being a woman, you want to, hold on one moment. Let me just respond to a message. One moment, guys. Right. So being a woman, you want to get married one day, you want to have children and all those things, and you have the plan in your mind that by the time you're 25, you're gonna be married with kids, and you're gonna have a perfect husband, and you're gonna buy a house and a car and whatever. But we all know that life doesn't really work that way. So time went on, and I was like, okay, no marriage yet, So anyway, I became a Christian. I was in a relationship when I became a Christian, and shortly after becoming a Christian, I broke off that relationship because I would have recognized that that is not what God would have wanted for me, because it means that I would have been unequally yoked. So I was single, and I thought I knew what I wanted at first, and I was actually in a relationship since being a Christian that ended terribly. I won't even go into that because in the past, redemption and restoration, so that's very right. But after that experience taught me so much, because things I learned, one of the primary things that I learned, pull you away from him in any at all, like in any way at all. Like he will not, because I'm heavily involved in ministry. I do a lot at church. And it was very important for me to find somebody who would not make it an issue when I need to spend time at church. They would understand. Ideally, I wanted somebody in ministry because that person would be able to understand why I had to spend so much time at church, because it wasn't because I had nothing else to do. It's because I wanted to serve God. So I wanted somebody who was heavily involved in ministry and stuff like that. But even so, criteria, because we can get involved with people in ministry and it's still not of God. So, what I learned from that experience was that fasting life interrupt the time you spend in the word, interrupt the time you spend with God, or interrupt the time that you spend in ministry. Of course, we know that being in a relationship, there are compromises that you have to make, but generally speaking, the person that God has for you will not pull you in any way from God. If anything, the person is supposed to pull you closer to God, not the opposite. All right. So, so I was single for a while. I knew what I wanted. As a matter of fact, I had a list of about 35 things that I wanted in a husband, and of course you have your deal breakers, and then you have other things that you desire, but it's not necessarily a deal breaker for you. Anyway, so, I was in church, serving the Lord in ministry, seeking after God, hungering and thirsting after God, and whatever. And I had I don't know what just happened. Going into the intimate details of how God told me, but he actually, well, all right, fine, I'll tell you. So there was this girl who we're not really close or anything like that, and I was fasting for 21 days because I was, at the time I was in that relationship, and I really wanted to know if that's what God wanted for me. And the only way for me to know, the only way for me to know and hear from God clearly is by fasting. So I fasted. I did my first 21 day fast because I really wanted direction. I wanted to know what God wanted for me. And in that fast, I slowly, God revealed to me that that wasn't his will for my life. But anyway, aside from that, there's this girl who I worked with at the time, and out of nowhere, I don't know why, because nobody knew I was fasting. Out of nowhere, she messaged me and she was crying, and she said, "The Lord wants me to tell you that you I don't remember what she said verbatim, but basically she said something like, you know, I have someone for you, and this person is going to love you unconditionally." And something, I don't know, like that. And I was like, okay, God, this was 2016, right? Now I'm now in 2019, and I've been single since. And I made a vow, I made a promise to God, and I said, God, the next person I date, the next person I get myself involved with must be the person that you have for me. I don't want a counterfeit. I've been down that road before, and it was not pretty. And I said, God, however long it takes, I am willing to wait for your best for my life. And I'm not gonna say there were moments of weakness, well, not weakness, temptation, or there are moments when you feel low in your spirit and you're like, wow, wonder if this is gonna happen. You start to question the promises that God would have given to you. But I never faltered. I never faltered in a way that I didn't start to doubt that God made a promise to me, and I didn't become involved with anybody without knowing that it was God's best for me. And so because God didn't show me anybody, because I told him, I said, God, hide me. Cover me up, hide me. I don't know what you're going to do, but hide me. I don't want to be found by anybody that is not of you. I only wanted the man that God had for me. So for 2 years, 2.5, 2 years and a few months, basically, I was single and I was fine. I didn't have a problem being single, and I was having fun, and my friends and I were, having fun and whatever. And lo and behold, last year, so let's get to the juicy part now. So I'm there serving the Lord, and my special guest is here. So I was kind of dragging it out a bit in the beginning because I was waiting for him to come. So my special guest is here. And anyway, so last year, I was quite single, serving the Lord, and happy, very content in my singleness. And I had a ministry event to do. Urban, come now? Sure. No. Hurry up.
I'm forward.
So somebody's here to share my video with me. This is him. Hey, boo.
Hey, baby.
All right, so I was telling them how we met. So
Oh.
last year, June, I had a ministry event to do. And this gentleman and I go to the same church. Now, we actually serve in the same ministry, but we never really talked that much. The only time I talked to him was when I needed him to do something as it relates to Russell is asking list of 35 things required in a man. Yes, Russell, 35 things. Anyway, don't judge. So anyway, the only time I spoke to him was when I needed something to be done with ministry. Because I'm on the choir, he's in audiovisual. So like from time to time, if I'm doing something, like if I'm singing a solo or whatever, I may need his assistance with maybe projecting the words or something like that.
Or for anger.
Or yes, so I'm the president of my young adults ministry at church. So if I needed anything to be done with the young adults ministry, like if you're having an event or whatever, I would ask for his assistance. Come closer so them can see your face. This is
my head big, them can't
his head
see.
is huge.
Whatever.
So anyway, last year June, we had you guys. If you are on Instagram, you'd have seen me post some pictures last year of a karaoke event that. What's name again? Ryan. Where Ryan name? Ryan Campbell. My friend Ryan Campbell. Right. Whatever. Ryan Campbell was the MC for. So I needed assistance. I needed.
That was per usual.
Whatever. So I needed assistance with the screen for the karaoke screen, the projector, and sound.
Everything.
Not everything is one thing. Two things for answer
So
for.
me basically.
No, but two things for answer for. I'm answer
No,
for.
I'm plus when I forget the song there.
I didn't ask you for that. You volunteered for that.
But so
And he volunteered.
all for things work.
Anyway, this is what happened. What had happened was I asked him for sound and the screen for the karaoke words to be projected on.
Lyrics.
He because apparently he been crushing on me for like 2 years.
Understand?
Yes, from 2016. And last year was
calm down.
last year was 2018, so that was 2 years. You were stalking me.
Whenever that stalk
He was stalking me. He was stalking me.
Stop telling people that like one stalk you.
So he stalked me for
Lies.
he stalked me for 2
Lies.
years. Whatever. So he volunteered to look for karaoke lyrics for me, and I thought that was really kind and really nice. Of course, I accepted the help. And then
tell him say go a long way, you know.
Well, I know.
Me see
I'm my story.
Oh, sorry. I continue.
So anyway, though, on the day of the event, right, we were supposed to go to church early and set up, but there was some funeral or something before that. I want to whatever. This dude left work because at the time his job schedule wasn't a 9 to 5. Right? So
No. So, but mama fix the thing.
no. You want the people them so dirty ways?
Mama
Sure.
see eventually.
No.
The reality show.
Anyway, no. So this dude now left work, tired and hungry, never go home go eat no dinner, come church before me.
I did.
They never eat no dinner. Don't shower, don't dinner, no nothing.
But they did.
You never shower.
So whenever they come in a fresh clothes
I
and
don't
thing,
know. I don't
the
remember.
evening of such events.
Listen, don't argue with the woman. If he did a stalker, he did a stalker. He was stalking me, Russell. He really was. Anyway.
I want to tell you that.
Anyway, so he came to church before me, set up everything, stayed for the whole night because I expected him to just set up and leave. Set up,
When the same thing.
yeah, stayed for the whole night. He was the DJ, the selector, the everything. And him not, did not beat him, no nothing.
But when they beat for the same thing.
So anyway, that kind of resonated with me because I was like, wow, this guy is really
Really well.
helpful.
So the best choice already care of.
He was really helpful. To be honest, I'm not gonna tell no lie about there. I was not interested. But just see him
Baby.
as my church brother.
Did you tell them that already?
And not no, I'm never tell him that way. This is the first time I tell him. And he was my church brother. I'm never interested.
So how did it
And
start
whatever.
off with?
No. Right.
Yeah.
So Anyway, that they kind of notice of me. I say, okay, I'm nice, I'm helpful. Then no. So
Yeah.
of course we're on WhatsApp now because I'm messaging forgetting to help me. So then no, all of a sudden, him start message me every day. Every day.
I'm me that talk to myself.
Wait now.
I never that talk to
I
myself.
answered out of courtesy.
Mm.
So him start message me every day. Every day. So one day I said to him, I said, why you message me so often? Like,
You did say that?
yeah, I said, what you want?
No, I don't remember.
Hey Deidre.
She could have just posted in the chat.
I don't want you rough up my friend them. I don't want you rough up my friend them.
Continue.
So anyway, no.
Keep them away.
Anyway, no. Someone says, what you want? Because you message me every day. What do you want? So he's like, very matter of factly, very nonchalantly, I like you. So I'm like, that's how he said it. This is my story. This is my story. He said, I like you. And I'm like,
something like an edit somewhere.
no. And I'm
Sure.
like,
Undiluted.
like me. I'm like me like how like me.
I never
Like
did
me
say
like
that.
me.
I never
Do
did
you
some of them.
like me like
Never
me?
some of them have a crush for you. And
Then
somebody
him said he had a crush on me and he had a crush on me for 2 years, but
I never did say the 2
but
years
he
part
was
is-
shy. He said from a joint PHCC, which was 2016.
Or whatever.
He had a crush on me for 2 years, but he been shy and never want approach me. And what else did he say? Him just a watch stalker.
No, some of them watch.
He just a watch me stalker. Anyway,
Oh.
I wasn't interested, and I'm like, dude, no. Like, no. I'm saving myself for the man the Lord has for me, and it's not you, my husband, and it's not you. It's not
I
you.
remember vividly.
Then no,
Mm-hmm.
we go and talk a little more because he's a nice guy. I mean, you know, he's sweet. So we talk and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So then, hold on, 'cause I don't want to tell no lie. I don't want to leave out no details.
Then what?
Then what did happen? Then him say, but he wants to take me out. And
No, I never said that. I did say me
yes, you say you want to take me out, and I'm like, I don't date. Yes, and I told you I don't date, and I don't date, by the way. Forget?
So you did start?
Yes, I'm gonna tell him say, I'm not interested, I don't want to date him. And
You
then
say when they ask if you want to go movies or something like that.
no, we were having a conversation, and then he said something like, yeah, come I must have the nerve for ask you out, and I'm
No,
like,
me
ask
too.
me, yes. I'm gonna say, ask me out. I said, I don't date, and I'm not interested. But tell you, him,
Oh.
he is so relentless.
So
Like,
you say it so you make
he's
it
not
sound like so you
he's
make
not
it dip on you
he's
like
not
that.
aggressive. He's not aggressive, but he doesn't give up at
Oh,
all.
okay.
So
That's so-
when
that's so
I told him that I wasn't interested, he was like, all right, cool, no problem. Him never push it, but at the same time, him not stop text me, and I'm like, why you keep messaging
So
me?
whenever that talk
Like,
as
dude,
friends, whenever
like,
that-
dude, like,
whenever that-
dude, like,
we were
why you
talking
keep
as
messaging me
friends, we were
though?
talking and stuff. When I talk all day, you never know.
No, but be the answer.
For the whole day.
Yeah.
Mm. I mean,
Be one word, be one letter answer,
Some
K.
You never give me that cake, she like.
So
Nice.
whatever. So anyway, no. So he said to me one day, I feel like you're my
I'm so far.
synopsis. We can't stay for the whole night.
I don't know.
So him said,
I'm saying up here like.
we don't want to be there too long. We don't want it more than an hour. So him
Okay,
said,
sorry,
oh,
my bad.
he feels like I'm his wife. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
first of all, have
No,
you?
he asked me. He asked me if he asked me the question at first. I must say.
No, that's not how it
I
started.
never asked it. You
No.
never asked me the question.
No. I'm never interested. Why am I not gonna ask you that?
Oh, I don't know.
So, anyway, he's like, I kind of feel like you're my wife, and I'm like, have you prayed about it?
So
You remember?
yeah.
I said, have you prayed about it? He's like, no, not yet. I'm gonna pray about it though, and I'm like, okay, you do that. Come, I already know. In my mind, I already know what God gonna tell him, which is a big fat no.
So yes, sir.
But that was not the case. All right, so let's fast forward because we can't get all the details. I forgot to do some other videos for that. So fast forward now to how we ended up in a courtship. Don't be shocked, don't fall off your seat, but we were only courting for 3 months before we got engaged. He's a fast mover and he knows what he wants apparently. So
So tell them the lead up to the
so yeah, I'm gonna
courtship,
tell him.
the-
So our friendship became more than friendship in the sense that we were talking like all day, every day. We spoke about everything and anything.
anything,
There
yeah.
were there was no awkwardness or
Yeah, I
anything like
mean,
that. It
it
just
did-
kind
it
of
did flow,
flowed.
it did
Yeah.
flow. I mean, effortless, as
Effortlessly.
you always say.
And then, according to him no, say me I'm wife, him say.
Mhm.
Him say. And I'm like, I disagree. I don't think so. So anyway,
Yeah.
I spoke to my
then-
spiritual dad and I told him everything that was happening and he asked me if I prayed about it and I said, no, why am I gonna pray about it? And he was like, then why haven't you prayed about it? I'm like, because I
that
already
makes
know the answer. And he's like, no, you should pray about it. So I said, all right, fine. So anyway,
Man of wisdom, you know?
so we got to the point now in our friendship where his feelings in particular, not that I didn't like him, I liked him, but his feelings in particular was growing
Yeah,
exponentially.
So fast.
And yes,
kinda.
don't deny it. Don't deny it.
Yeah, I guess.
Exponentially. And it would have all right, so we got to the point where we had to make a decision. It's either we're going to be in a relationship or we're gonna be just friends, but we were like at a crossroads and we had to decide how much of the 35 things does he meet. We soon tell you, Russell. So we got to a crossroads. We had to make a decision. Are we going to be in a relationship or are we going to be
You
friends?
Never want casually date.
Right.
Casual.
I don't casually date, and I remember I made a vow to the Lord that I wasn't going to be in any relationship that he didn't confirm. And I explained that to him several times that there is no way I'm going to be in a relationship that
Many times.
God didn't confirm. So what we did was, so what happened was one night I was talking to him on WhatsApp and I said to him, we're at a crossroads and we need to make a decision as to what it is that we're going to do because we can't continue like this because feelings were now starting to grow. Him well in love. Say a lie.
What's it? I mean, so it's a one-sided story.
I wasn't in love yet. Right. So, and we just needed to know what we're going to do. So I'm messaging him and I'm saying we need to decide what we're going to do because we're at a crossroads and we have to go either left or right. And he agreed, of course, and he was like, yeah, we need to decide what we're going to do, what to go. So I put my phone down, turned over in my bed, and I said to God, what do I do? And clear as day, and you see, this is why you have to have a relationship with God so you can know his voice. Clear as day, the Lord said, sacrifice the friendship for a month. And I was like,
No, but
so I'm gonna roll over and I message and I say, well, how do you feel about doing a 21-day fast?
remember we did do something before that.
We attempted something,
Yeah,
never
we did
worked. So when I
attempt
know
it.
about that, I don't know.
Yeah.
We tried that
Unofficial.
3-day
Yeah.
fast and they got interrupted on day 2. So something come up and
Day two.
whatever.
Yeah, something like you. You
Yeah,
text me first.
you
text me
want
first.
me really telling people that want to come up why the fast get interrupted?
Huh? Continue.
All right, that's what I thought. So anyway, so I asked him to say, how do you feel about doing a 21-day fast? And he, for us to figure out what do we do from here. And he was he was in agreement with it and whatever. So we made a date. We were gonna fast for 21 days. Our fast entailed no contact, cause we spoke like every day on WhatsApp all day
Straight up
till bedtime. From daylight, from as 6 o'clock,
6 o'clock.
morning sunshine, light metal. All right,
So how much time it takes a morning sunshine?
they stop now. But anyway,
Okay,
I always got my good
Get on a
morning.
different level now, that's why.
whatever. So I always got my good mornings and my good nights. So that's how the whole day we are talking for. So the fast entailed no contact at all. And of course it was a food fast as well. So I was doing half day fast. I think he went more than half day most of the times.
Yeah,
Him stronger than me.
basically, yeah.
Him stronger than me. So we did that for 21 days. But in the middle of the 21 days, it kept coming back in my spirit that the instruction that I got was not to do a 21-day fast. It was to sacrifice the relationship for a month.
Yeah,
So what we did,
extend it,
we did
yeah.
28 days of fasting actually for a month. That's what we did. All right, so that's what we need to find out if this was what God wanted. It was a God-sent relationship. So let's talk about how I got my confirmation. So in the middle of my fast, nobody knows my business. I'm very private. So if you're not close to me, you don't really know what's going on in my life. So in the middle of my fast, I'm at work one day, sitting at my desk, right? And my boss, the AVP of the company I work with, walks past my desk.
So them saying a Christian, yeah.
He's not a Christian, by the
Yeah,
way.
that's what it
Not a
must-
Christian.
yeah.
As far as he, and I'm single, everybody knows I'm single because, obviously I'm single. But I'm not picking or no. So he comes along at my desk and he says something, like him start a conversation like him would have said, tell me something. You know, plan for no. The conversation started with him asking. I said something because a conversation was held before about him look young or whatever. Somebody say, my ear say you look young or whatever. So then the conversation shifted and he said something like, don't wait too long to have children, So I say, well, my stance already. I'm not gonna have children before I'm married. So he says, sometimes. Let me just give you a little. Let me rewind a little. On the day before my fast, I called my spiritual dad and I said to him that we're gonna do the fast. And he said to me, I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. I sneeze on him all the time.
Continue.
So my spiritual dad.
Short technique.
So anyway, so my spiritual dad said to me the day before our first day of fasting, don't look for elaborate signs or anything pronounced or anything like that. Don't look for God to answer you in any elaborate way. Listen for the still small voice. So when my boss walked up to me, literally in the middle of my fast, and he says to me, nobody knows I'm fasting. Nobody knows that I'm fasting, and nobody knows why I'm fasting. But two persons, my spiritual dad and my best friend, and of course him. And he says to me, sometimes, the man that the Lord has for you is right in front of your eyes. But just because the man don't meet all the requirements, yes, those are the 35 things on my list. Just because the man don't meet all of your requirements and he's not riding in on a white horse or whatever, we tend to dismiss the person. Then he says, you know what? Step into my office. I need to continue this conversation because I feel led to say these things to you. So I'm like, what is going on? So I go in his office now and I'm sitting down and he says to me, sometimes, God, like he wanted, like to paraphrase, God blesses you in different ways and you cannot determine how your blessing will come. It will come in different packages. And he was saying, not because of the man, him don't know nothing about nothing. He's like, not because the person don't come in the package that you expected doesn't mean it's not of God. And I'm sitting there like, what is going on? And he was like, sometimes we allow man or whatever. And then
drop out of the sky.
So when you look back, you realize that was the person that God had for you because elaborate signs. Don't look for these elaborate signs. That's what he said to me now. I remember
Like a friend zone.
and that's what I friend zoned him. And that's what my spiritual dad said to me the day before. He's like, don't look for elaborate signs. And my boss was like, don't look for elaborate signs. It don't always come that way.
Confirmation.
And I was like, what the heck? But before that, so this happened on a Wednesday. The Monday, I woke up and I wasn't sleeping. I had a vision as I wasn't sleeping. I just closed my eyes. And in the vision, what I saw was myself, and I was speaking to my best friend, and like she said something like I was asking her a question, and her response to me was, unless I say yes, wait on my confirmation. But even though the words were coming out of her mouth, I knew the words were not of her. because what she said had absolutely nothing to do with the situation that we were discussing. So it puzzled me for a while. So when I opened my eyes, I was like, God, what does this mean? And I heard the Holy Spirit say, that's me. That's what I'm saying to you. Unless you hear yes, wait on my confirmation. That's what he said to me on Monday. No, I had a vision. Tuesday come and gone, nothing happened. Wednesday, my boss walks up to me and he's like, don't look for elaborate signs. The person could very well be right in front of me, but just because they not come just as though you expect them, the package where you expect them, you kind of dismiss the person and whatever,
The
whatever.
requirements.
And they don't meet all your 35 requirements, prerequisites. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, remember.
Anything
Remember
else?
all that. Regarding my side, oh, what did I say?
Russell, you're funny, whatever. Yes, he escaped the friend zone. He was not happy in the friend zone. I friend zoned him properly.
But we're good friends.
Yeah, but you were
good friends, even though we're.
He didn't want to be my friend.
Yeah,
You
but-
didn't want to
but
be
that's
just
the-
my friend. You
Yeah,
know
but that never did put a dent in our friendship. It never did make it awkward. With it
He
still-
never did a give up. He was relentless. Allow me to tell?
No, well, yeah, but
Yeah, allow me to tell?
no, but so our thing is kind of more natural. I mean, cause we did there we talk endlessly for God knows what, but we just did a whole conversation. It was like effortless. We just can't just talk for the whole day. So it
Talk
never
about
did-
everything.
Yeah, talk about
Man, tell me
everything.
things I don't want to know. Ugh. So anyway.
So now you say, oh, I'm transparent.
Yeah, but I'm very transparent. So alright, so I have questions. Somebody sent me some questions that I'm gonna try and answer. Ashley, if you're on, your time is coming up.
I don't know.
But before we get to the questions though, just tell them how did you know I was the one?
Well, stop mind of this. No, I'm kidding.
What is wrong with you?
Well, for me though, well, remember when you telling me that
Tell them.
what was it? That like a sign, I would say.
An encounter.
Physically.
Yeah, tell them
And
what
then,
happened.
the night there, I don't know, out of the blues, like something happened. I feel and then Sheedy come up in.
Who you reached this so
Why? But man, telling about the experience.
So, no.
Remember, I said the experience it happened before with him.
Yes, but
Yeah.
you're not tell the story good. He
What?
was at home in bed and
Yeah.
he was about to go to bed.
Yeah, with that car, with that say good night.
We already said good night.
Yeah, we did say good night,
Right.
and then
And then
some-
tell him what happened now.
unspeakable encounter it happened, and then with
You're
that tell
being really vague.
what?
You're being really vague. Why are you being so vague?
What do you mean vague? But I don't know if I explain it up to
You
now.
want me to explain it?
You have
You want me to tell him?
explanation.
You want me to tell him what you would tell me?
Alright, tell him what I'm telling. Let me see if I say it.
So according to him, he was in bed and then all of a sudden he felt a sharp pain in his chest. That's it, right?
But are you saying no, man? Yeah, that did happen.
As if you said something like your chest was like it felt like your chest was being ripped open, something like that.
Basically,
And then what happened after that?
and then
He started to cry.
we never got
Yes, you did.
We never did that
Stop
ball.
lying. You
We
cried.
never sent me that ball.
Guys, listen. You know I would not lie. He started to cry and he was like,
no say dramatic already.
yeah, but me not lie. So he started to cry because he was like, what is this? Like, what's going on? So, and then you heard a voice. What was it?
Yeah, no, I didn't see your face.
He saw my face and then he heard a voice that said, you're going to love her. And that?
Something along that line. But I just know it have to be something. There was a connection with you per se, but I never know if to describe it at first. And then he was like, yeah, like I talked to his spiritual dad about it, and
Yeah, I spoke to my spiritual dad about it.
Yeah,
And
we
we
did
met.
actually visit him. Yeah, we'd actually go visit him, and then him said, yeah, I did tell him about the whole situation and thing, and he was like, yeah, man, him dey give me yeah, we'd have a lengthy discussion, but basically him say, him already know the answer, but it just up to me for just be basically just continue pray and seek God guidance on the situation. but him say, I already know the answer, man. I already know the answer. So no, just do what you have to do. So I was like, all right.
So he
then.
had a spiritual encounter, and that was his confirmation that I'm his
Yeah.
wife. So his chest ripped open, and then he heard this voice repeating, "You're gonna love her. You're gonna love her. You're gonna love her." And then he saw my face, and then he started to cry because he was scared. He's like, "What the heck is going
Whenever
on?"
somebody
Yes,
afraid.
you did.
I did say I'm afraid.
Him start ball.
But I never say I'm afraid.
Because he was scared because he didn't know
I ain't
what was
never
happening.
scared. I ain't never scared.
He was scared.
I wasn't scared.
He was scared.
I never scared.
Anyway. So I'm not gonna admit it, but he was scared because he didn't know what was happening.
So people them somebody free.
Alright, so let's move forward. Alright, let's just before I go into Ashley's questions, because Ashley, some of the alright.
Actually, I'm
There's not a question. I hope she's there. Hey Junior! Hey Junior, hey my friend. You are next. You're next. So alright. Ashley didn't ask this question, but I wanted to address it.
Okay.
Alright. This is it now. You cannot hear from God if you're not in obedience. And in order to be in obedience, you have to maintain purity. You have to be pursuing purity. Purity is a big thing in our relationship. We have never kissed. We're saving that for our wedding day.
Bombshell, you drop on them while
The most we've ever done, he'll kiss me on my cheeks or my forehead, or we'll hug and not them rub up hug there.
Nothing sensual.
Not them kind of, not
Yeah.
them hug there. So we've never kissed. So purity is a huge deal for us. Boundaries
I
are.
have what boundaries.
We have many boundaries.
Like,
I don't think any of
It's
them are
like
is
just
out.
the
Yeah, it's not
car,
out of
but-
the world,
but it's something where it's sensitive to it. I mean, you know, for you can manage.
So let me share some of our boundaries with you. We have a 10 o'clock curfew.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
So if for whatever reason, like he's over my house now, it's now 7:45. So let's say he was over here like 9 o'clock. He would have 1 hour to get his his behind. He's behind home. Beep. He's
and the
behind.
bleep button up on YouTube.
He's behind home. So we have a 10 o'clock curfew. We have accountability partners. When we all right, so even before we were in a relationship or anything, when we knew that there was an interest, we went to our church leaders, my bishop and our youth pastor.
Yeah. But
Well, he did.
even before like things did really get like
That's what I said, when there
intimate,
was just an interest.
yeah, we'd have boundaries even then.
Our friendship started off with boundaries.
Yeah,
So
even
when
then,
we
so
recognized that there was an
Whenever
interest.
they're all on them time, then I think
No,
that
yeah,
that-
I had a rule. Don't hold my hand. My hand holding is what I'm with.
yeah.
The person I'm going to
So
marry.
if we did a hangout or nothing,
There's
whenever
no
they
hand
really-
holding.
You never get too close or rub up or
Yeah, so
whatever.
even when we were just chilling as friends, there was no hand holding and snuggling up and cuddling up and stuff like that. We never did that. And when we recognized that there was an interest, we met with him. Well, he spoke to our youth pastor and we met with our bishop and we told him what was happening. Don't kiss. Listen, I am not telling you not to kiss who you want to kiss, but what I can advise you of is you have to know what is right for you. Like the Apostle Paul tells us that all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. Meaning, not everything is beneficial to your walk. And if you know that kissing can lead to you may not
Something
end up
else.
having sex in your sex, but your hands naturally are going to go someplace where you're not supposed to go, and so on and so forth. Especially if you're a person.
Yeah, the
So
chemistry level book and
and we have amazing chemistry. So we know that kissing is not for us.
not ready for the fireworks. yet.
And to me, this is how I see kissing. When I say kissing, I mean French kissing. This is how
That's your like.
it's like you have your car parked outside the car in the carport, right? And you're going to the car, turn on the car, rev the engine, lock out the car and go back inside, go sit down. It just don't make no sense. Like if you're not gonna, why open the door? It's like you go, it's a door closed.
No, I'm supposed to want charge at the battery.
You're supposed to be giving the people godly advice.
No.
It's like you see a closed
Sure, man,
door.
mechanic, that's what I
And you
said.
go, open the door, don't go into the room and lock back the door. It just don't make sense. So for me, I am an all or nothing type of person. If it's either me go all the way, I'm not start it at all. Because I'm gonna kiss you, get hot and bothered, Then you have to have cold shower, try purge out your mind because your thoughts are go all over the place and then you can't follow through. Like, what's the point? Like,
And then, but then it like I want lead if you push the envelope even more because you already started.
so
like
you
I
start
said,
with kissing
yeah,
and then the next
like I
thing
said,
you
what
know, something
can
else
do
the
it,
next
yeah. And
time,
then
something
it just
else the next
advance
time.
and advance and
Next thing
just
you know, you're
snowball
naked.
and then whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so I'm gonna answer Ashley's questions.
She been patiently waiting.
Ashley, question one: how long do you believe courtship should last? I don't believe that there is a set time frame for courtship. I think it depends on your relationship. Like for
Well, it depends
example,
upon where you and your partner per se have. I mean, you guys know only in a relationship basically nobody can really dictate to you how long is supposed to have the courtship for. Because some, as Ma said, every relationship is different. Every relationship advance on a different level. Sometimes you have a slow build up. Other people and just jumping because they know
right.
say yo. As we did the fast and then things like so.
So we did a fast for
But
28 days
yeah,
before we
so
even decided to court.
so some things you have to just deliberate with and say, alright, I'm gonna make the step here. You know, I go just blind fully and say, I see where this take me.
Let's see where it goes.
Let's see where it goes.
Let's see what
yeah,
happens.
and that just end up just
Waste your
a big
time.
waste of time. It just and then you just feel like sure here I go again and then you gotta start all over and then it just feel like a big wreck. But the number one thing is for embrace the singleness actually that I talked earlier before. If you don't feel happy single, somebody else not gonna make you happy. If you can't happy with yourself. So if that's the main thing before you with then
So a relationship
courtship.
enhances your happiness. It doesn't make you happy.
Yeah.
But going back to the courtship question, some persons will that know of our relationship will say, "Oh, but they were only courting for three months before they became engaged," and that's not necessarily true. Oh, thank you, Crystal, darling. Thank you, darling. So some persons will look and say, "Ah, engaged after 3 months
seem
or whatever."
like quick,
But
yeah, but them don't
we've
know
been
the
going to
journey.
this. Yeah, but we've been
The
going. We
journey.
know each other since 2016.
Yeah,
There,
because
so
it's not like say everything is out now open. 'Cause certain things to keep on a down low, you
Still.
know.
to this day, we're very
Yeah.
private. And we had the support of how did it engage? Christmas Day, we were at
Daddy going in
hey daddy, hey mommy, hello, leave my parents.
I'm gonna sleep now TV for watch.
His parents love me, by the way, guys. They love me more than they love him.
Whatever.
Anyway, so to answer Crystal's question, so Christmas Day after we went over to our friend's house, our church friend's house, we all planned to gather there after Christmas dinner. You know, everybody eat them individual dinner. But
Play games.
so I had dinner over there because she invited us to dinner with my mother and whatever. He had dinner at his family's house. But we
And
were
then
planning on having
We'll have
games
like
after.
like a social gathering after.
So we were having games afterwards, and he was there or whatever. So I was on the floor with some other persons playing Scrabble.
Scrabble.
He was the scorekeeper. So he was the scorekeeper, and I'm there playing Scrabble, trying to find words, to put on a Scrabble board, and all of a sudden, apparently,
You mean all of a sudden? Some
everybody. And my story, everybody else knew except me that this was going to happen.
Obviously, not say it for go.
So, Mr. Little shuffling, and go on, like whisper, squeak. Oh, my mother was there. His mother was there. And just the persons that I deem as close people to me, that I hold really dear to my heart, they were there because it was a family gathering. So anyway, so I see him get up now. So I'm gonna pay him the man. So I go and search for Scrabble word. I'm gonna see him get up and then he hold my hand and he's like, "You can come here a minute." And I'm like, "What you do?" And then he went on his knee and everybody started to scream, "Oh
So you
my
never
god!"
tell the people. So how you with that going? Tell people how you with that
I
going.
was very calm.
No, you that bust. You that sweat.
I was very calm.
No, she that sweat people.
Very cool, very
Should have
collected.
sweat.
I was like,
Hyperventilating.
I was was like,
Yeah, right.
this happens every day.
Yeah, right.
This happens
Yes,
every day.
every day, man, I fling
Them good up ring from my finger. That's right.
Oh, sorry. I never know.
So he went on his knee, and then he really didn't get a chance to say much because
Yeah,
everybody
coulda-
was screaming and them
And you
just
could have
like,
contained yourself with that ball and all kind
I
of
cried, I
And
was
that sweat.
sweating, I was just
something.
hyperventilating. It was like, so the only thing he said was, Shoshana Jackson, will you marry me? And
Yeah, because
it was just mere noise. Yeah, it was just so much noise.
Could
Like,
even done.
my mother I cry, everybody I cry, everybody I scream. It was and then, but the beautiful part of it though was afterwards, our brother, Reverend Marco McIntosh, who was there because he's very close to us. He prayed over us afterwards, and the presence of God was just really there, and it was really amazing, because at every step, at every juncture of our relationship, we ensure that we keep God at the center and the forefront of everything that we do. We don't make decisions just based on our feelings or what we want. We make decisions based on what the leading of the Holy Spirit is. So that's how we got engaged, Crystal. And just the little deets on my ring. I don't know if you can see it. It's not very, you can't see the beauty of it now, but it's a rose gold.
I'm turning light.
Yeah, it's a rose gold cushion cut Morganite engagement ring. Let me see. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Release the tape.
No. All right.
Daddy, go on, man.
No, don't post a video. What's wrong? We can't take them off of the feed.
Me, you send a link to everybody. I don't know.
All right. Next question. How do you handle being submissive in courtship, Lord? All right. Let me.
Question.
So, for those of you who know me, you know I'm a very
controlling person.
Controlling. I'm very strong-willed. I have a very
strong personality.
Strong, dominant personality. I'm used to always hear.
Very independent.
Very independent. I've been independent for most of my life, to be honest.
Yeah, cause
I'm very independent. I make my own decisions. I don't rely on anybody. I don't consult with, like, I make my decision, I do my research, and I do what I'm doing, right? People used to always say, man, we are got married to because it take a special man to deal with you or whatever. Anyway, being submissive in this courtship now, I don't know if it has been a struggle per se, but what has helped, what the balance in our relationship is that Chavez. Oh, his name is Chavez, by the way. I didn't introduce him. No,
seriously.
I just said husband.
And just have me as Mr. Man.
Mr. Man, the Browning. So Chavez is very, very, very patient. Very patient. And I needed somebody who was patient with me. And he has been very patient with me because he recognizes that
she didn't need a heap of work.
I needed a lot of work. I'm not used to being dependent, or I'm not used to consulting with anybody. Thank you, baby. So he has been very patient with me, but from early on, I told him that, listen, you are the head of this relationship, after God, of course.
Hey, mommy, go eat your dinner now. Jeez.
I told him from the very beginning that he was the head of our relationship, and final decisions, especially where we can't come to a compromise, the decision would lie with him. And I have deliberately allowed him to take the lead in many important decisions that we have to undertake. I tell him, you are the one that is.
So you never tell him, before prior to that, you never tell him, make sure you know where you sign up for.
Oh, I warned him. So look here, make sure you know where you sign up for. I'm a handful. And he's like, I got this. He's like, I got this. I got
know what she fret me down for.
I got this. I'm not afraid.
And she knows someone of general.
Right. So I can't say, has it been a struggle for me to be submissive in a relationship? Have I been submissive in a relationship? I think it's a better question.
I mean, never started out that way. I was putting up resistance.
Putting up resistance.
But no, say, like I said, the song, that's the first thing come to. Yeah, but like eventually it start like gradually it kind of start tone down and then I said I try but yeah I give A for effort. Okay,
On a
actually
scale of 1 to 10, how submissive am I?
no.
Mhm.
Well, no, I'm gonna put it about it. It'll go, it'll go.
So I have work to do. I am
Yeah.
very deliberate about being submissive to him because if I am not deliberate about it, I'm gonna control everything because that's just my nature. Because I'm used to being in control of everything. So I am very deliberate about consulting him about everything that we do, every decision, even if it's not a decision, but just to keep him in the loop on everything.
Yeah.
And I deliberately make sure, when is the wedding? This year. I deliberately allow him to take the lead on specific things. All right, next question is, how do you go about planning dates to ensure that it remains godly?
Planning dates.
Public public dates. There is no
Intimate.
intimate,
Well,
as in,
intimate, but no one-off thing in the
like we go
dark.
movies, but I mean, because
We're not
all
gonna
right.
wait
Here's the thing.
secluded. Them type of thing there.
Here's the thing, Ashley. Because we have clear boundaries that were established when we were even just friends. Because of those clear boundaries, are the dates that we go on or the dates that we planned are guided by those same boundaries. So when we go to the movies, we know that there's no hugging up and kissing up going on because that is a boundary that we've established from before. So we go movies, we go to dinner, we just chill, we just go on, go drive, go do
Yeah, I'm
supermarkets. I
not
mean,
too
there's
complicated.
nothing. Yeah, we don't do anything. There's no helicopter rides anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just regular. Cause we're friends. The beauty about it is that we're actually good friends. So we don't do anything
I'm not really
elaborate.
forget nothing special.
No, and
Yeah,
we
for months we have each other company basically. That's everything.
a lot of our dates have been actually over at his house, family time with the entire family,
I come eat up my food.
which is normally on a Sunday evening where I go for my dinner because my father-in-law and my mother-in-law make sure I'm taken care of, and I'm always invited.
So me do.
You do have a choice. So and when I go over there, I am well taken care of and I have my special seat and we select a movie as a family and we watch
And
and we
special
talk and have my special table and we talk and those that has been some of our dates, and we have games night too. Like we play like Snake and Ladder and Ludo and all kinds of stuff.
I'm done in a Ludi. What? What's not true, man? I win.
But we winning a Snake and Ladder.
But Snake and Ladder, I mean,
But Ludo,
Ludi bigger. Like, who are river was Snake and Ladder? But in a river Snake and Ludi, the thing that.
stop being a story.
No, be a so that. If I'm not dominant or Ludi, that I talk at the town of social gatherings
You done?
in Jamaica.
You done?
See nobody on the corner play Snake and Ladder?
You done?
Eh?
Last question from Ashley. How do you go about choosing a date? Well, just told you, because of our boundaries, because we have established boundaries, it's not difficult for us to choose dates because our dates are guided by what we have already set up in our relationship. All our guardrails, all our guidelines and whatever.
Yeah, and just be deliberate and
Intentional about where we go.
Where go. Yeah, go somewhere say things might happen. As much as anywhere kind of secluded and
Too secluded where things can
intimate.
happen.
Yeah. And you just get lost in the thing that just happen. Yeah.
We've not even been tempted. I've not been tempted. I don't. Am I tempted? You're not supposed to cross.
But like we just get upon that. But it takes a lot of determination and self-control. That is the main word, self-control. Okay. You're not gonna say you're in a relationship with somebody and expect for certain feelings and them things that we're all human and that natural. But you just have to exercise self-control.
And not only self-control, but be
And then-
self-aware.
Yeah, and plus
Know what your triggers.
yeah, each other. If you know say you feel uncomfortable with certain things,
And if I'm uncomfortable about something, I say I'm uncomfortable about something.
Yeah, because you feel me might be unaware or
So he
subconsciously.
may do something
Subconscious.
without realizing he's
Yeah.
done it, and if I say I'm uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, and you learn and you say, alright, I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna make you feel some type of way.
Mhm.
Yeah, so as you go, you learn and
Do we pray together, and do you think it's important to pray together while courting? Yes, we pray together. As a matter of fact, we have
We
not been
love-
praying together as much lately, though.
life
Life has
happens.
been happening, and we've been a
But
bit
yeah, but
distracted.
we have devotionals, we pray. I mean
Yeah.
that's like one of the main aspects in our because God is above everything. That's the main thing with us. We place God above our I mean Trish is not number one in my life, obviously.
And he's not number one in my life.
Yeah, so we come to that realization. So God is above everything that we do.
Hmm.
So
So we do pray
so
together.
in the above vessel and we the down so.
Yeah.
That's the
And
main aspect.
It's very important. Not only do we pray together, but it's important for you to ensure that in your own individual space that you are pursuing your relationship with God on your own, so that when you come together, the relationship is stronger. Because
Yeah,
I can't rely on
actually-
Chavez.
It actually helps with the bonding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's the age difference? Yes, he is younger. He's 3 years younger than I am. Should I ask what a secret? Me say, yes.
A joke.
He's 3 years big woman him want.
What? And then bigger than me. Not in size.
Big woman him want.
Somebody didn't know that.
So he's 3 years younger than me. Yes, it was a problem for me in the beginning. I did
Yeah,
not
okay,
want a
but,
younger
yeah.
guy because I was like, first of all, you're like a child. Yes, I'm dramatic.
Style. No, so. I think up.
Yeah, whatever. So there's a 3 year age difference.
But you should look young, nobody not really notice.
He didn't know I was that much. Yes, you did, because he came to my birthday party in
Somebody-
2017. Oh yeah.
somebody.
Oh yeah, he knew I was older. He
Ah.
wanted that. He wanted an older woman.
But you say you're a cougar.
And I was like, listen, I'm not a cougar. But he, as I said, he's relentless. He doesn't give up. At first it was an issue for me. He was never an issue. Nothing is an issue for him.
You mean?
It was an issue for me. And I,
Yeah, I call my little boy, I'm going to call him Miss Jackson.
and I said, listen, when you're addressing me, you need to call me Miss Jackson.
Beer styling, they used to like him, man. But it's alright.
So
Just
anyway.
be take them. I say, yeah, man, go and continue. Go and continue.
Yeah, but that is what. All right. So going back to what I said about my boss when he said that sometimes the person that God has for you doesn't come in the package that you want. That is one of the things that
Everybody link.
leave daddy
Everybody
alone
for
now.
watch.
What's wrong with you? What,
What?
can you leave my parents-in-law
Hmm?
to enjoy the life, please?
No.
So that was an issue for me. So when my boss said that to me, I knew what he was saying, because I didn't want anybody that was younger than me. I wanted somebody either the same age or older, but that's not what God gave me. Also, I didn't want a brown man.
Oh, you
I
never tell him
wanted
that
a
to
very
me,
no, I never tell him that
You never
yet.
tell him say chocolate. you
I
want
wanted
dark
a
chocolate. Oh,
dark
you want
chocolate
dark
man,
chocolate.
black with a capital K, black. But God sent me somebody who's like 3 shades. It's up the poor lighting, but he's like 3 shades lighter than me.
No, my body not can't tell that.
That's what I says. You're not gonna turn the lighting, but if I post a picture of him on Instagram, you'll see he's like 3 shades lighter than me, and I didn't want
It's
that
not
either.
that drastic. It's not
It is that drastic. You're
Not that
almost
drastic.
white.
Not that
What they
drastic.
used to call you?
Or ooh.
Bearded white boy. Bearded white boy. All right. I wanted to ask you though.
Mhm.
So I always ask him this question, but I'm gonna ask him for the sake of you guys. How did you know, apart from your encounter, how did you know? Like if you had to do it all over again, what would you say are the key points that made you know that I'm the person that you're supposed to marry? And I'm gonna answer the same question for him.
How did I- Well, one of the encounter yeah, but before
Not
that,
before, since
what,
then.
since the encounter?
Mhm.
After that? Well, besides me having feelings for you, well, then it start
Stalker.
rapidly. I wasn't stalking you. But you know, but yeah, I did tell you about my feelings and thing. Oh, this.
Hi, Sharice. Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, my feelings was growing over a period of time
Quickly.
during the friendship. Stop.
But tell it. What you have to say? Say it. Oh, it go. Why you leave off
Yeah,
some
they
words?
were going rapidly. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then I mean, you did basically know say, I them think that they're going to.
I
think,
sensed it.
Yeah, I did sense it. Yeah, so that and then coupled with like yeah, besides the physical feelings and then like just your personality per se, like
He likes a challenge.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not back down so easy.
That's how you make. Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Wow.
You know I'm the person you're supposed to marry because I am a challenge.
Hmm? But you always say that. I must say, nothing wrong with
We're
that.
gonna have a
challenge.
talk after this.
What?
Continue.
What?
Continue.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
someone you know.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
I'm supposed to. Okay, I end.
The
Okay,
people in my watch.
okay, I end the show now.
No.
I feel threatened.
No, I'm not threatening you. I'm promising you.
No. Feel threatened.
That's
Well,
what we said, no?
yeah, and that, and then when we did do the fast, that did kind of cement it for us.
The same question my bishop asked me that cousin last week.
Oh, that. Some of read out all of them.
Not no, not all of them. Just some of them. Don't unfurl the script.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, one, obviously she looked good. What? Self on the camera for? Yeah. Two, yeah, the personality was there. I'm really drawn to. Three, morals. Four, character. She's just an awesome person. She's a great motivator. Support system is like none other. She believed me a whole heap. Even before I did see certain things, she did already see it before, and like she said, "Don't worry about that, mama. No, say you got be great and do certain things." So that did kind of draw me to
I
her
spoke
more.
to the king in him. That's what he really wants to say.
Yeah, that did really draw me closer to her. I'm like, she have like basically all the prerequisites, to be wifey.
Sounds so.
What?
Wifey for lifey.
Yeah, wifey for lifey.
But to paraphrase what he's saying, and this is a key point for the ladies that are watching and the ladies that will watch. It's important. You're not gonna always get the man that you want in the way that you want or in the package that you want, and 9 out of 10 times you're gonna have to compromise on some things. When I went to God about him, and I was saying, God, I don't think it's him because of X, Y, and Z. And you know what the Lord said to me? The Lord said to me, He's everything that you have prayed for. He's everything that you need, no, but He's not yet everything that you want because you have to do work. That's what God told me. God told me that some things I'm going to give you up front, but some other things that you want in a husband, you're going to have to work for. So with him, when I started interacting with him, the things that I saw, like the qualities that he has, just kind of blew my mind because it's very rare that you find men of his caliber. And I'm not just saying that because he's sitting here. He's an awesome, he is selfless. He loves to help. I don't know anybody that gets joy and pleasure out of helping people the way he does. He really loves to help others. He loves his family, and that's very important. It's important for, and not only does he love his family, he loves my family, he loves my friends, and that's important as well. Because as we know, if you're gonna build a life with somebody, your parents are going to age, right? And you want somebody who loves your parents and is compassionate, so to the point where if chances are you're probably gonna have to take your parents to live with you at some point when they get elderly. You want somebody who will not make that a problem and make it seem like a burden.
Like, care what over here for.
Yeah, you want somebody who has that heart for people. So he has a heart for people. He is way more emotional and sensitive than I am. He is my sensitive side actually. I am very black and white and dry.
You know, express yourself.
I'm not that
emotion.
expressive. He's
Yeah.
very expressive emotionally. I'm not very expressive emotionally.
You know what talk. What?
So so the things that I saw so let me answer my own question. How did I know he was the one? I knew he was the one because the way that Chavez loves me reminds me of the way God loves me. And this is a very profound statement I'm going to make, and it's very true. Chavez loves me in a way that you would think that I have no flaws, but I have many flaws. I don't unconditional love. That's how he loves me. He doesn't throw my faults in my face. I don't feel like I have to pretend to be somebody else when I'm around him. I can be flawed. He knows I'm flawed, but at the same time, he's so gentle and he's so patient with me that I am allowed to grow, because we're all growing. We're all work in progress. And he allows me and he allows the Lord to do what the Lord is doing in my life. He doesn't judge me. He doesn't throw it in my face. He doesn't hold it against me. And his love for me is not determined by how good of a person I am. He just loves me just because he loves me. And that reminds me of how God loves me. And that's how I knew he was the one. But I start balling now.
Well, I'm not great.
So yeah, so that's how I knew he was the one. Yeah, he's very affectionate. I'm not as affectionate as he is.
Yeah, she not lovey-dovey.
I'm lovey-dovey. I'm
When you're
learning.
ready,
I'm
when you're
getting
ready,
there.
when you're ready, but it is a over this one.
He's very lovey-dovey and affectionate and cuddly, and I'm not. He doesn't know how to say no.
To some
have
degree.
a
to
PhD in
to
telling
some
people
degree.
no.
Yeah, cause you have attitude.
No,
You're full of attitude.
he doesn't
You're
know
full of
how to say
attitude.
no because he's this
And,
kind.
nobody know what-
my story.
nobody know our approach.
That's not true. People take advantage of him because he's so kind and giving all the time. He doesn't know how to say no.
Warm and friendly.
He's warm and friendly and cuddly and kind, and him always want to help you and go time way for help you.
Also.
I am not necessarily that type of person. So we definitely balance each other out. I am more strong-willed. He is very. I'm more strict and no nonsense, and he's very emotional, and he's no, this one, and I'm like no.
Yeah, she don't want to see two sides of the story. She don't want to see one side.
Really?
Black and white.
I am a black and white person.
She don't want the details.
I do want details.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
or sometimes you just want spare me the detail, get to the
Spare me
point.
the details and get to the point.
Yes.
That's me and that's not him. So we complement each other a lot. Anything else you want to add? I'm going to close this live soon. It's over an hour. She sent it to me. She didn't want you to hear it. She just sent it to no.
So she just
She not sending nothing. Anyway. So anything else you want to add before we go? Anything else you want to say? I think I was saying something, I don't know if I finished saying it, but just for reiteration, just in case I said it before, it's very important for you to pursue purity if you really want to hear God's voice. You cannot hear what God is saying if you're in disobedience. And if you're in disobedience, it means that you're compromising your godly standards. It means that you're compromising your biblical standards for a relationship. And the moment you have to compromise, it is not of God. If you want to hear clearly from God, get rid of all disobedience, all forms of disobedience. Take your feelings out of it, remove yourself from the situation, and step back and allow God to show you what He wants to show you. Be open to what God is saying. The answer is not what you want to hear. To be honest, when we started, I didn't want to hear that he was my husband because I was like, hey, I'm younger than me, I'm too brown, I'm too this, I'm too that. But God said yes. So, was premarital counseling done during courtship or after the engagement? We're currently doing premarital counseling. The only thing that happened before engagement was that we met with our leaders and they knew what was happening. My bishop actually saw my engagement ring before I did. Go figure. So
So super cool.
yeah, so they knew everything has well, everything has been out in the open, but not out in the open. As in the key
Yeah.
persons that needed to know
who
were
need to
very
know.
were
I
very
need
much
to know.
aware. They were very much aware. They knew everything that was happening.
So them not hear nothing through the grapevine or whatever, or never come say this to them and like what do own a thing per se. Yeah, what do own a thing, but respect is there. Oh, listen.
Whatever, Russell.
Wrestling
So
in general.
one of the comments we always get when we go to church, when we're at church, is people always keep saying, "Oh, I don't see the tone together," or "It's the first time I sing it so even together."
Yeah,
That's not
after-
true, because what people expect is because
After the engagement, more people have been saying
after the
that.
engagement, everybody's now
Like,
saying they've never
everybody
seen us
start
together at
noticing,
church, and I'm
But
like,
that's not the
we're at
fact.
church.
No, but even so, but it's not like say them never usually see me and Trisha talk.
But we just talk like friends
But it
because
just
we're
seem like
friends.
it more highlighted now, like if we did in a close proximity. Oh, the first master the Tony is in here.
That's not it.
Or
That's not it. There's an assumption that because that if you're in a relationship with somebody
Yeah,
that
everybody
the
have to
world
know.
needs to know, and when we're at church we must be lovey-dovey and must talk to him more than I talk to other people, and that's he's in ministry, I'm in ministry. When I'm at church to glorify God, and I'm there to do my ministry work. When he's at church, he's there for the same thing. We don't even talk more than how we normally talk. So a lot of persons didn't know that we were even together because
even though we engage and thing, but
we still operate the same way. Nothing has changed. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, just keep the thing legit. Just keep it level. Don't overdo nothing. Don't OD nothing. Anyway, I think this live has been long enough. 1 hour and 18 minutes. If you have any questions, please pop them up in the comment section. If not, I'm gonna sign off. Any last comment you want to make before we go?
Last comments. As I said previously, relationship. I mean, if you have to embrace your singleness, like, you have to be happy with yourself. I mean, and then ultimately happiness comes from God. So if you're not in line with Him, any follow up, I don't know it. Probably after the wedding.
We'll see. If you guys
Wait.
want a follow up, you have to
Yeah,
request
we'll
it.
stay tuned.
We're private people, but if Lord leads us to share, we are open to
Yeah,
whatever the
I
Lord
mean that's
wants.
the main factor, cause I like the I'm gonna say now, the world. Oh, Uncle Evan.
Hi, Uncle Evan.
Hey. Yeah, as I say, in the secular world, people that say, "I look for them a half, or look for somebody for complete them." But
We're complete.
But
We
you're
don't need the other
but-
half. We're
yeah.
whole people.
Yeah, and by yourself, you're a complete person. I mean, yeah, obviously, God the great man for woman, but you can be complete in God. That's the whole point.
That's husband. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's 'cause if you find that now, and then somebody else come enhance that, and then one flesh, and then you be like, bam.
I don't know what BAM means, but my last
know?
comment is, especially for my single women, ladies, wait on the Lord. Nothing that God does is ever going to be half done. Whatever He does is done well. Be patient.
Oh, yeah, of discernment.
Discernment is
very
key. Your relationship with God, before you pursue your relationship with man, pursue your relationship with God first, because that's the only way you're going to be able to hear His voice. So when He tells you yes or no, you need to be able to hear clearly what God is saying. And so pursue your relationship with God. Make that a priority. That is always going to be a priority. Even in...
My auntie,
Hi, Auntie.
seriously. Grandma, they on it too. Wow.
Hi, Grandma. Right, so pursue your relationship with God. That is first and foremost. That will always be your number one relationship. Your most important relationship is your relationship with God. Another thing, don't become obsessed with marriage. Marriage is not an upgrade.
Just one being a relationship.
No, marriage.
Yeah.
Ladies, do not become obsessed with marriage. Marriage is not an upgrade for singleness, nor is it a cookie for good behavior. If you're a good little Christian girl, the Lord will reward you with a husband. That's not how it works. Okay? Marriage is a ministry. Marriage is unto God. It is to glorify
Hi, Grandma.
God. Hi, Grandma. It is to glorify God. And so you need to have that clear priority in your mind. That is not just about flesh.
But it's a covenant.
It's a covenant. The
So,
only other covenant you're supposed to have is a covenant with God. The next
Yeah.
covenant is your marriage. Right?
yeah, definitely.
That's all. I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? Oh, marriage is not a way to have legal sex so that you can take communion on Sunday morning without feeling guilty. That is not the purpose of marriage. Marriage is not just so you can have sex and make pretty babies. That is not it. Another thing I wanted to tell ladies as well, marriage is not, well, I'm not gonna say it's not for everybody, but not everybody will get married. And that's just the reality. So not only do you want to be happy, you want to be content in your singleness, be fulfilled in your singleness, lacking nothing in your singleness, so that when God joins you with somebody, you're not dependent, you're not deficient, you're not depending on the person to avoid in your life. You're already filled, you're already content in where you are, and whatever the person is bringing to you is just an enhancement or a compliment. It's not to fill a void. If you also, marriage does not cure lust. These are things you need to take care of before you get married, or even before you enter into a relationship or courtship or whatever. Marriage does not cure lust. Lust is not a single person problem. It's a problem generally. So if you don't take care of your lust when you're single, you're going to have a lust problem when you get married. It's the same thing. If you don't have no self-control when you're single, you're not going to have no self-control when you're married. If you're never gentle before, you're not going to gentle after. So how you are now, don't expect that when you get married it's going to be a drastic change and you're just going to become this new person. How you are now is the same person you're going to take into your marriage. So work on you, work on yourself, your character, and in time, if it's the Lord's will, then you will become married.
And you have to be deliberate about it.
Be deliberate and don't idolize your partner. Don't idolize your spouse at all. Because sometimes we become so focused on the blessing that we forget the blesser. Right? Don't idolize your husband. Don't idolize your relationship. Keep things private, but don't keep things so private so that it's hidden, because sin loves darkness. So be private. Don't share everything. Have your accountability open. Don't share everything. Be protective of your relationship. Protect your relationship. It's really between you, your husband, and God. All right? So those are my few words in the name of Jesus. Thank you for joining me. It was a pleasure. If you want to see another live with me and husband, you can request one and you can tell me what it is that you want us to talk about. But until then, peace out.
You always do that.
Peace out. Peace out. You know, say bye.
Bye-bye, people. Thanks for joining us.
All right, bye, guys.